going on YouTube? Earthpower here, bringing you guys a brand new segment, Kai-deas. With me today is CVH.
How's it going, guys?
And this week we're talking about some neat things that WotC could do to make the player base and I guess the competitive scene a little more flavorful for the players out there.
Yeah, for sure. And specifically this week we're talking about prize support.
Yes.
Prize support's a very controversial topic that has been discussed a lot in recent months. You know, the competitive scene, as much as we all hate to admit it, is not the biggest right now, and with prize support, you know, being improved a little bit, we could see a great increase in these numbers. So what are we looking for when we're talking about prize support? There's a few factors. We're looking for something that's cheap to produce by Wizards, unlike Civ bags. They retain some monetary value for the players, and they garner excitement, something they want to travel to, and they want to continue doing well to receive.
Yeah, super big deals on all of those. And I think one thing that kind of encompasses those three aspects, promos. And not just any promos, exclusive promos. Something that players can only get by going to these specific tournaments. Something specific for KMCs, something specific for champs, that players can only get by going to those certain events, and that Wizards isn't going to just kind of throw out to the rest of the community just willy-nilly.
Yeah, for sure. Something they did really well was the Bronze Arm Sabretooth promos in Champs Season 1. They were exclusive to the championships. You had to go to championship and do well if you wanted multiple copies of the holographic Sabretooth. And, of course, they are a playable card, something that people actually wanted to use. However, the part they messed up on was giving it to everyone who went to a KMC in the coming months. Then the price reduced down to like $1 or $2, and now they're practically worthless. So they've sort of fixed that with the Snowfort last season. However, Snowfort isn't really the most playable card, and they've given it out to a lot of stores too, so it's not really what we're looking for.
On top of that, they're even giving it out to players at the community event. Yes, at this championship. So something that we thought was exclusive, something we thought was actually going to be playable, kind of hit that downside. And now that they've given them away to a ton of players, and that they're giving away again, the value on that card is just kind of depreciated. Nobody really cares about it anymore.
What we're looking for is something as exclusive as the Old Man Winter promo card, or around about that exclusive. However, something that's also playable.
Yeah.
But you can't make it just that one way to receive it, because then you'd be releasing this $100 card that you need to receive to be competitive. Right. So our idea is reprints.
Yes.
There's no reason you can't reprint a card take a look at the Walmart promos that they used to do. They had Blaze Belcher, Aqua Seneschal, Fumes, Blinder Beetle, and Razorhide.
Yes.
All very playable cards, relevant for the time, and you can find them at Walmart. Imagine if they were only given away to Civ winners at a KMC, for example.
Yep. Cards that we were thinking about that they could do stuff like that, like full art reprints of cards that are super playable in the meta already. We know Terror Pit's getting a reprint, so why not make a full art that you give away at a championship? That way, players who still aren't on Terror Pit, it's still accessible to the public, but those who want to be fresh, those who have gone, worked hard, competed, and are competing, now get to use that card in a super fresh form.
Yeah, it also gives value to collectors too, who need to find those chase cards. Old Man Winter, it's high price because a lot of collectors actually do want to find one or maybe even three for a collection binder. So if you release something like Terror Pit, take a look at the normal Terror Pit art. Take a look at that hot Japanese art.
Yes, this is a Terror Pit in Duel Masters, and the Duel Masters game that's running in Japan. Very similar to Kai-judo, but still Terror Pit, and the art is sick.
Yeah, if they gave those away, for example, for entry to championships, maybe a playset for top 8ing, I guarantee people would really be on that train. People would want to top 8. They'd want to get that playset because that's money value. And it's also incredibly cheap for Wizards to produce because they're already producing cards in great numbers. These are just a few extra copies.
Exactly. And think about it for KMCs too, all the Civ winners and stuff that they've been doing. Sure, beanies were an awesome idea, and like we mentioned before, Civ bags were a great idea, but there's so much value in the production of those things. Why not just make specific promos for each of the different civilizations, fire, nature, light, water, dark, specific for the Civ winners, top 3 in the Civ, just get a sweet promo.
Yeah, something like the Kai-judo iPad carries a lot of value within the community because it's Kai-judo themed, but it's an iPad. It costs a lot of money for them to probably acquire it, more so than just printing a tiny piece of cardboard on cardstock or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be very good. And if you did it for KMCs, Civ winners each get one of the promos that they're choosing, depending on which civilization they chose. It would encourage people to travel to more events. After they've already qualified, they wouldn't just stop attending Kai-judo events. They'd be wanting to do well consistently. And with only 40 or 50 of each of the 5 colors given away each season, they'd retain their value. And another important thing is rotation. You'd have to rotate them every season, so you're not giving away the same promos season after season and flooding the market.
Exactly, similar to the Snowfort problem and the Sabretooth issue that players have had. The cards are almost valueless now because they've given them away so many times.
Yep. But in general, that's pretty much the idea. It seems pretty solid. Promos are definitely one of the best prizes you can give away to a trading card game community. There's always a value in them depending on what you're releasing. If you release playable cards that people actually want, only giving them a select few people, which is important because we're looking for prizes that do give the people value, because that's what's really sort of lacking in a lot of players' minds. But promos are a great way to do that, I think.
Very much so. So, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like below. We'll try to do more segments of Kai-deas. I always want to say Kai-deas.
Kai-deas.
Yeah,
Either way.
Kai-deas. Yep, we'll want to do more segments of Kai-deas here in the future. If you guys have any ideas of your own, post them in the comments below. Or check us out on Facebook or Twitter. Tweet us some ideas, send us some messages on Facebook, and we'll try to incorporate some in some future videos. So, hopefully, guys, we'll see you next time.
Peach.
Peach.